Got some more draft content coming. You know, I like to hold. If you want my like, share, and subscribe, be much appreciated. There's a couple people asked me about my undisputed content. I will be coming out. If not my next video, definitely the video after that about some of my undisputed stuff is going to be having to do with the jab. But you know, it's draft season. I enjoy my draft season. Got to get one of these out. I got a full-time job, so and I deliver mail. So this is our busiest time of the year. So it's not gonna be easy for me to get some of this stuff out, but definitely going to try to do that. I appreciate all the support on the last video and the comments. Really opened me up a little bit to some other ideas. A lot of people had, even when you disagree, a lot of people had some good ideas and things they thought should win a particular kind of way, and vice versa. And I don't mind that at all. It really that difference of perspective, I really appreciate. In the future, by the way, this draft will be a 3-round mock, and it will have trades. In the future, I will be doing 2-round draft. Like when I do 2-round draft, rather, I will do them with you. I will pick. You will see me actually pick the players. But this is a 3-round, and this website, it's a great website, but they got a lot of advertisements. You know, and then once I plug my stuff in and get the recorder going, you know, it gets a little, you know what I mean? It starts to mess up a little bit. Not too bad, but around the 3rd round, for some reason, after it's been sitting for a while, you know, we take making picks and we talking and shit, it kind of gets a little, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, we're not going. It's all good. We're not gonna complain about it. But when I do anything uh, more extensive than a 2-round mock, I'm probably gonna already do the mock and show you my picks as I go, like that. And this is a way not to hold you as well. So again, if you want, I don't know if I said it already, but if you wouldn't mind, like, share, subscribe, be much appreciated. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. Cam Ward, number 1, makes all the sense in the world. Obviously, Shador wants to go to Vegas. I'm not a big guy in making people go where they don't want to go. If he wants to go to Vegas, there's nothing wrong with that. Let him go to Vegas. They, you know, it's a good. And I hope they still have Pierce there too. Pierce didn't get an opportunity, man. You don't get. You don't have. I mean, they had no quarterback. It looked like a setup. He had no quarterback. So I mean, what is he supposed to do with that? I'm not particularly sure. I hope it's not a setup, and I hope it's not, you know, any funny stuff going on there. He deserves an opportunity. Same thing with Dable. Now I don't know if Dable is. I don't have as much faith in Dable as I do Pierce, but I think he deserves an opportunity with a real quarterback to really see how good he can be. They're gonna have to figure it out there, and they get a guy Cam Ward who they can develop, and Dable's good at developing quarterbacks. That's kind of what he does. So he deserves the opportunity to be able to actually, you know, have something going on there. Travis Hunter, number 2, makes all the sense. People keep saying he's not a number 1 corner, he's not a number 1 wide receiver. If he's not number 1, he's definitely number 2. And the fact that he could do both at a high level makes all the difference in the world. So I wouldn't worry about that. If he don't work in one place, just put him in the other place. I think corner is his natural spot. I think that's where he excels. Wide receiver, that's something he do, and he does it extremely well. And he could definitely play. He'll be similar to like what Deion used to do it. Deion used to go both ways, and then he played special teams too. So he could even play special teams. I don't even see why he can't return the ball every now and then. Obviously, for issues, I mean, you don't want to have any issue with his health, but I think, you know, the more he can do, the more you can do. Will Johnson to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think everybody see it that way. I wouldn't be surprised they went Mason Graham. That wouldn't shock me at all. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if I mentioned. I think I did mention it, but we also gonna have trades in this draft, so be checking out for that. That reminded me. Be checking for that. Um, Teddy McMillan, Titans, natural fit. They need a wide receiver. They need somebody who they can. And Teddy's just he keeps getting better. The more I watch him, the more I like him. Really. Kelvin Banks goes right there to the Browns. Oh, first round I'm gonna be a little bit more thorough. You're gonna see me. I'm gonna talk a little bit more. Around the 2nd and 3rd round, I'm gonna lightly kind of taper off how many. I'm just gonna kind of scroll through my picks, be commenting on them. But you know what I mean. I don't want to make this video too long. So, but whatever. You know, we go long, but no Diddy. But yeah. Number 6. Okay, we just talked about it. Shador Sanders going to Las Vegas. Abdul Carter, natural fit. Everybody pretty much sees it that way. Now, see, look what we did. So we got the eighth pick, right? Got the eighth pick. We switched. We traded with the Jets. Will Campbell, Michael Williams. I like him for the Saints. The more I see that, Irsay. A lot of people see this pick a lot of different ways. That's interesting. San Francisco can do a lot of different things, and it work out for them. It's a good pick. It's a good pick for them. He'll play. He'll play early in their offense. He could play a little earlier. It's the right scenario for him as well. You know, he'll fit in real nicely with them right there. I believe Kenneth Grant, one of my favorite players in this draft, old school nose tackle. Yeah, I mean, like a real nose tackle. We don't. There's not a whole lot of them running around. I mean, they're hard to find. So, uh, Kenneth Grant, and if that's something they need too, we got Siobhan Revel, coach. I like that fit. The more I see it, excuse me, Justin. The more I see it, the more I like this pick. James Pierce. I like the fit. Team player. I like the fit. And now look, 15. Look who they got. They probably would have picked him at 8 anyway. Jalen Walker can rush from the outside, can play standing up. Those type of guys are they really being valued more and more as they should be. Guys who can play, who can rush, also can stand up and play. That's and guys can be coached that way. If you can stand up and at the inside linebacker spot or in linebackers in the 4-3, your weak side, your strong side. If you can stand up and play, more coaches need to kind of teach guys how to rush. It also helps them on the inside. There's just some other, that's a whole nother subject. But we got Shamar Stewart next. He was very low on people's board for a while. I didn't understand it. I didn't really get why that was, but he was high for me. I had him in the first round for a long time. So then we got Josh Simmons. He has time to grow in their offense. I like Geno. I like what they do there. The culture's there. Burden. The more I hold on one second. Sorry about that. The more I see this pick right here for Tampa Bay, the more I like it. I liked it anyway. I think it's just a good fit and gives Baker another weapon. We got some more things. Check out what we do with Tampa Bay. If you're a Tampa Bay fan, I'm curious to hear what you think about how this draft goes. Derek Harmon, he was high on my board too. I seen him in the first round. Then he started growing up the boards. Perfect for the Falcons. Genty. Generate some more offense. Can you imagine him? And they'll do some other things here. There's somebody who commented and said something about Burden wasn't supposed to go here. I'm not sure why he felt that way because I had Burden going in my first draft. Had Burden going. And remember, we didn't have a trade then. It was different, and the draft order switched up. So you know how that goes. So we got Genty there now. Generate some more offense. Deal with Dobbins. That's how that's gonna go. Tyleik Williams. Most of my drafts that I mock, I continue. I always put Tyleik. I have yet to not put, maybe once, not put Tyleik Williams going to the Houston Texans. That makes a lot of sense. Tyler Warren. Now listen, Tyler Warren and Colston Loveland. I really like Loveland. I like Warren. I like Warren a lot too, but it's just the fit here. The fit between these guys at the respective team, because Colston Loveland can definitely go right here, but Tyler Warren for Sean Payton's offense and what I think he's going to try to do more of, this is going to be an important player for them. This could be a very important player for them. So I imagine, and then he fits into their offense very well. Scrouton, a lot of people think Scrouton falls here. Then this is where he's supposed to go. Right here, 24 to the Commanders. Jalen Monroe, some people didn't like that pick. He has time to grow. Of course, they need another quarterback. Jalen Monroe, a lot of people think he should go back to school. I don't necessarily agree. I believe, you know, most people, I think he should. But what I'm saying is he's the third quarterback in the draft. He has an opportunity to go first. He's just going to need to go to the right team is all. And he's going to need to be treated like a starter. He's going to need to be trained like a starter. But he's going to also need to be treated like a backup. This is the perfect place to do that. In other words, he needs to be groomed properly, and that's the team to do it. Wyatt Millum, I really like him for the Ravens. Um, they'll know what to do with him. Walter Nolan fits in perfectly with what I think Green Bay likes to do. Jahad Campbell, I think, is a first rounder. Some people don't. I do. At a position where they got some guys there like Dean and Baum, who I really like, but this is the future. Who knows how long Baum's going to be there? He gonna want some money eventually, so that remains to be seen. Uh, excuse me if you hear any clacking or anything. I got a cough drop in to make sure I can, you know, get through this. You already know. Malachi Starks, does he fall here? Nah. It's not. It's more important where you go as opposed to when you go. That when you go don't really matter. You need to go to the right team. That's just how I look at it. Cameron Williams, good spot for him. I think he's worthy of a first round pick. Some people don't. I think he is, but I don't think he's worthy of an early one. I don't think you. I think the other guys I have in front of him are better than him. I just think the upside of what could be is intriguing, and with the right coaching culture, some of those things can maybe, you know what I'm saying. He can kind of, they can kind of maybe get the best out of him. Who knows? But I think that can happen. Jonah, I don't want to mess up his last name. He's a good fit right here for Detroit. See, Detroit has a culture, and you're gonna see where else we go. And I'm gonna make some. You see what I give him in the second and third round. If you're a fan, let me know what you think. Let me know if he kind of in lines with how you see your team going. Benjamin Morrison, can't see him getting out of the first round. Can't really see that happening actually. And fitting real nicely with what Kansas City do. Who else? Now we go. Emeka Egbuka. People see him in the first round. I don't. I don't. Remember, the second round, I'm going to go a little faster, so I'm not, you know what I mean? You're not sitting here all day. Connolly Jr. keeps going up people's board. Uh, I don't know. Could you see him in the first round? Possibly. Possibly. Underrated. Princely. I don't want to mess up his name. We're gonna call him Princely. I think he's a little underrated. I wouldn't be surprised by draft time he's talked about it in the first round. That wouldn't surprise me. Alfred Collins, a little underrated for what he can do. And team fit is going to be important with him, I believe. Right here with the Browns makes a lot of sense. Jalen Royals, I got a higher grade on him than a lot of people do. He goes with Shador. Shador has a little weapon right there. That's how you bring a quarterback in. Donovan Jackson, good fit right there. And Imbo, don't be surprised you see Imbo in the first round. I'm gonna be honest with you. Somebody takes the chance on him in the first round. This is where I think he should go. But if he was to sneak into the first round, it wouldn't surprise me at all. One of my favorite players in the draft, Iman Worry. He has an opportunity to really grow with them. Whether he plays linebacker, whether he plays rover, or I think he can even play some nickel. That's how good I think he is. I think he can play some nickel, especially in certain circumstances, certain situations. I think he can play some nickel, and of course, at safety, he has a lot of opportunity to grow with them. They could use somebody like him, so I think it'd be a good fit. And they got back-to-back picks, and they get a what they call a big time back. He could do it all. Old school, can do it all. Whatever you need him to do, he ready to play. And listen, I'm a big advocate for guys coming in, rookies coming in slowly. You know, don't force anything. But yeah, I think he can play fairly early. Deion Walker, Big dude. A lot of people had him high, and I thought from the beginning, if you watch my other drafts, I just never saw him where other people saw him. That's okay. But great play for him right here. And they got quite a few defensive linemen in New Orleans, but a guy like this can really kind of stabilize some things. Makes a lot of sense. That's what guys like him do. Donovan, I don't want to mess up his name. We're gonna call him DE, but underrated. Underrated. Testing time. I'm talking maybe early second round. Very early second round. I mean, he's fairly early here, but maybe earlier than this. That's how talented I think he is. Harold Fanning, they need tight end. I'm gonna go down that. Look, remember we made this trade with the Jets, so we wound up getting Mason Graham. Hold on, let me take this cough drop. It's killing me. So, killing me. Here we go. Landon. So we got Landon Jackson and we got Mason Graham. It's a good draft right there. We don't have a third round pick, so this is our last pick, but does it matter? Because we got a ton of other picks, and we kind of solidified our defensive line. There you go. Jahdae Barron, underrated. I got him in the first round in most drafts, but just the way the draft kind of fell with the draft order and everything, this way, I wouldn't say he fell. You know, I just got guys with it. I just believe where they were supposed to go. Mike Green. Some people have him higher than this. Some people think about him in the first round. I think it's a bad idea. I think that's a bad idea. Second round, to the right team, right there. I know him a lot. I like the fit. Barrett Carter, underrated. Hal Perkins, don't have to play right now. Plenty of talents. He'll be able to sit, get himself together, and slowly get acclimated to the game, and then eventually put out there. He'll be okay. Emory Jones, a lot of people like him. I like him. Denver gets another receiver. T.J. Sanders stays at home. Imbu, underrated. Savion Williams, good fit right there for them. Good fit right there for them. He'll be a nice player with them. That's gonna be nice. That's gonna be fun to watch. K-Part, little underrated. Slightly underrated. Kobe Hudson. Somebody said something about my picks with and I appreciate him saying that. He said something about my picks with my Pittsburgh picks with Kobe Hudson and Milroe. I like it. This is specific to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Talking about Milroe and Kobe Hudson. If Kobe Hudson don't get picked right here, he might fall out of the second round for me, but I don't think so. You know, I probably would have found another team to draft into, but for the Steelers, makes a lot of sense. I believe that's a good couple of picks for them. Kyron Lacy, little underrated. Royo, definitely underrated. Trey Harris, a lot of people have high hopes for him. I think he could be a nice system guy. He'll be very good in the system. He could exceed my expectations, though. I could see that happening as well. He could exceed my expectations. But I think I think he gives you a solid. I think getting him is the equivalent of getting a decent free agent, a guy who can kind of come in and kind of stabilize some things. You can do different things with him. He's a good player to have on your depth chart. Josiah Stewart, underrated. I think he's going to be a better pro than he was college player. And Jack Sawyer. We talked about Detroit before. If you're a Detroit Lions fan, let me know what you think. If you're a fan of any of these teams, let me know what you think. But if you're a Lions fan, let me know what you think. I just think Sawyer just fits them. I wouldn't imagine it. I wouldn't imagine. I think most people see it this way, even most scouts. So I wouldn't imagine anybody taking Sawyer other than the Detroit Lions. They kind of put out APBs like that. They like or bulletins, like this guy, because it's about what's best for the kid too, and you got to make sure you assessing that as well. So it's a good place for him as well. It just makes a lot of sense. So, things like that do happen. So, and Anthony Belton, slightly underrated. He's gonna be, especially with Kansas City, he could be really good. Who else we got? Vabel. He's getting a lot more attention. Some people be talking about him in the first round. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. I don't like him in the first round. But I like him right here in the third, very early third. Caleb Johnson, I don't think he falls. I think this is the perfect place for him. Maxwell Harrison, really like him and really like Watts. Uh, yeah. And that's gonna be with these two teams. I think they can really get the best out of these guys. We got Jaden Higgins could really bring some stability to that. I think he can help that offense go a little bit. At the receiver position, they got talent, but it just it's not working. He's a worker. You know what I mean? He's a good kind of piece to put there to kind of and people and guys learn from other guys and his ability to get open and stuff like that and find these little windows and these little places on the field. These guys will watch tape, they'll learn from that, and then he'll kind of help pick up the tempo of that receiving core, I believe. Mason Taylor, a lot of people love Mason. His father played in Florida, now he plays in Florida. It's a good idea. I don't know if they live there or not. It's not, I don't get into that, but there's what I mean, some familiarity there, I guess you could say. I'm pretty sure he lived there as well, so that's what I'm getting at. Deontay Lawson can really be good with the Bears. So let's see something real fast. So who do I give the Bears? Will Campbell. Second round we gave him in Iman Worry and Omarion Hampton. I always get that man last name. Hold on. I'll get the last name for it though. Yeah, Omarion Hampton. Just want to make sure messing up people's last name. That's a nice draft right there. Yeah, I tell you, you're a Bear fan. Tell me what you think. Carson Beck. Listen, the guy, my man there now. They're gonna have to figure it out. They're gonna have to figure out. He has talent, but they need to know. Listen, Carson Beck is kind of getting a bad rap. Don't forget Carson Beck is in the SEC. You understand what I'm saying? He maintained that team very well. He does a good job. So either he gonna come take some position, whether um he's gonna make my man compete. He's gonna make it compete. That's what he's there for. If he take his position, he take his position. That's just what it's gonna be. But as it stands now, he's that kid needs to either get traded or get coached, which coaches don't seem to be able to do nowadays for some apparent reason. They can't coach guys. They can't make guys better. Some guys like my man. Hold on one second. My fault. I had to close that window. Getting a little cold in here, but yeah, yeah. Guys need to get coached up nowadays. So you got Shamar Turner. I like him. Tell me, if you're the Raiders, tell me if you're a Vegas fan, tell me what you think so far. We gave him Shador, then we gave him Royals, now we give him Shamar Turner. That's a nice draft. Rod Moore going to the Saints. Underrated to me. He's gonna have to continue to develop, but underrated. Elick gets to stay on the West Coast. Nazir Stackhouse, underrated. I like him a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes in the second round, quite frankly. That wouldn't surprise me. Kevin Winston Jr. So from my trade, we got Dallas getting Landon Jackson and Mason Graham. Let me see. Let's just reiterate real quick. Jets get Jalen Walker, Imbo, and now Kevin Winston Jr. Good draft. Solid draft. Nothing spectacular, but it's solid. Very good draft. For them, you know what I mean? I mean, as far as what they got for the trade, they can't really be mad at that. It's not really much to complain about there. Jack Nelson, I think a little underrated. I like Jack Nelson a lot. I think he's underrated for sure. Quinshon Judkins goes with what they got already. People say he fall. I don't think he falls. I think it's a good place for him. Johnny Cornelius could turn out to be a really good pro. Ty Robinson, he could really help solidify that defensive line. I think his profile is a lot different than what they used to. I think that's a good thing. They need to kind of mix that up a little bit. I think that's a good thing. Quinn Ewers, he's just there to be a backup. There's no quarterback controversy. There's nothing. Listen, there's nothing, anything like. I don't really see. Do I see Ewers starting one day? Possibly. Maybe Baker moves on one day. He could be the heir apparent, but I don't. It's not. I'm telling you, he's strictly here to make the team better. I don't necessarily, and really, I see him competing with Trask because I don't. Trask is pretty good, but and I believe in keeping three quarterbacks anyway. I feel like the having three quarterbacks on your roster, it really helps with the organization in general. You need to constantly be coaching quarterbacks, constantly. It kind of it normalizes some things. It kind of solidifies, it stabilizes some things within your culture and your coaching. You need to have three quarterbacks that's constantly. You need to have that kind of assurance, for sure. It's a very important position. You need to treat it as such. So that's why I'm getting at there. Travion Henderson, perfect fit for them right there. They can use his speed and ability. Jordan Burke, some people see him hiding there. I don't. Good team for him to go to. Restrepo have this kind of ability just to kind of he kind of just pops up in places. It's very interesting to me. And McVay like guys like this. So Barron's still a good athlete. Ollie Gordon. Listen, I think Ollie Gordon was just ready to get college over with. He knew he needed to go back for his senior year, but I just think he got tired of being there. I think he was just ready to kind of get to the pros. And he was looking to preserve himself because he plays running back. So I believe this works out for the best for him. Even though he's not drafted higher and all the rest of that stuff, he's still a top. He's still capable of being selected within the first 3 rounds. He didn't have a horrible. I mean, it wasn't great, but like I said, I just think he was ready to get it over. I think he was, time for him to move on. I think he felt. I believe he felt that way. Smell Monday could turn out to be a real good pro. He'll start fairly early too. Depending on retirements and different things like that, who's going to be there. He could start very early. I think he's ready to play. I wouldn't go so far as to say plug and play, but he could play for fairly early. Darrell Jackson. So we gave Pittsburgh Steelers. They got Milroe, they got Hudson, and they got Darrell Jackson. That seems to work for me. Ty Felton stays in the Maryland, D.C. area. Very good wide receiver. Solid wide receiver. Very good. Could fits their offense as well. Fits what they like to do. LT Overton. Some people see him in the first round. I don't see that. Not because he does not have the ability. It's just he don't have full control. He's not at his optimal place right now. As far as his talent and stuff is concerned. So he needs to be in a situation. He needs to be in a situation where he's not asked to do much, but he also has a culture and coaching around him that can continue to help him grow and realize his talent. He has a ton of talent, but there's some small things that he needs to do in order to kind of realize it. It's very important for all these guys to go to the right place, but in his case, very much so. He has to go to the right place in the right situation under the right circumstances. JT to Tuamaloau. Very good player. People think he drops here. I don't. This is kind of how I've seen him for the last couple of years. Mid to high, high to mid, 3rd round pick. A guy, he will contribute. He will play. And he will make the roster. So I don't really think there's much of a problem there. Carl Kennard could turn out to be a nice rotational piece. A guy you throw in there, allow him to just rush the passer to start. Don't ask him to do too much. I think he's pretty good at defending the run as well. He's going to start one day, in my opinion. He could very well start. He could very well become a legitimate starter one day. Ashton Gillette. The more he plays, the better he gets. Gillette. He gets better. I like his upside. You can even throw him at tackle from every now and then, especially if you scheme him right. Like, he could turn out to be, and he brings some stability to that line for the Jaguars, who they have a lot of talent there, but he gives them a nice player they can do different things with. He covers a lot. You know, he's a nice pick. He's a really good pick. He could turn out to be um, a really good pro. And I think he has the work ethic. I think that's big for him. He has a good work ethic. I like the way he plays. Jackson Dart, he goes to the Jets. Good place for him. He's in the third round. They didn't give up too much to get another quarterback. He could be the quarterback of the future. Who knows? They got Randolph there. They can figure that out too. Who's talented, by the way. So they got Dart. They got Randolph. Now they figured it out with Rodgers. You're gonna need Rodgers is gonna be important. You wanna make sure that he's looking to stay for at least one more year. If you got real serious plans with Dart, which I think they would. I would imagine that they would take the picking of Jackson Dart very seriously, in the sense that they really got themselves a decent quarterback who could possibly turn out to be very good for them, and who knows, take over for the future. Jack Beck, excuse me, good player right here. He's gonna be. I would like the way they would know how to use him. He's gonna have to. Whoever gets him is gonna really have to know how to use him. Who does that better than Kansas City? Howard Cross, very much a Vikings type player. You know what I mean? He got the eye paint going. I just saw that, and he. I won't say I hate using that word fell, but he was right here to pick, and I kept looking, and I said, I think I'm gonna go him, and then I remembered the eye paint shit. John Randall, you got that kind of connection. I think that's funny. So he very much, and he plays hard. He plays hard. He's a lot smarter than I think maybe people give him credit for, or maybe many scouts may know. So Latham Ransom, I'm a big fan of Ransom. He needs to continue to develop as a pass defender, but that's okay. You can good coaching. They have good trainers, good coaching. That's a real possibility that happens. So I think they can get the best out of his talent. And Danny Stutzman, people see him higher than this. Some people see him, very high second round. I don't. He goes to a good spot right here. They need a guy like this. Smart, underestimated instincts. Really smart football player. They need that kind of profile at the current moment. Oronde Gadsden, a weapon X type thing. You know what I mean? He could be really good, especially with San Francisco 49ers. But he's gonna have to go to the right team. That's gonna be big. And look, they as far as our draft is concerned, they kind of improved that offense in the sense they got Gaston, they got some offensive tackle help, which is very much needed, and they also got we gave him Amon Worry, so improve that offense. Ernest Green, that'll be my last pick. He could go late second round. Green could. I could see somebody doing that. By the way, I don't know. Tell me what you think. Tell me about your favorite team. See me do a little quick recap. See it getting once it starts sitting for a while, it starts to get glitchy. But I apologize for that. But you see, keep looking. See, we go through all the picks. Let me know what you think. Like I said, I got some more draft content coming, and I got some more undisputed stuff. That if it's not my next video, it will surely be the video right after that. I'm gonna be making some more fight tips, but it's draft season. I got to get it that way. So, tell me what you think. Comment. If you don't mind, like, share, and subscribe. It'd be much appreciated. I appreciate you for watching, and I appreciate you for listening.